Do indicator lights keep coming on in your car? Are your tires getting low again and again and again?
Well, we certainly can't answer these questions for you, but we do have a friend who can.
We do.
A real professional.
Filling in for her dad, Amanda Fink of Certified Transmission. Good to see you, Amanda. And
Good to see you. We have a
you brought a
special
little partner in
guest.
today.
Yeah, I'm doing the mom and manager thing.
Who's this?
What's your name?
Nothing.
Nothing.
This is
Nothing.
Nothing. And Nothing is sick today, so he didn't go to school.
He doesn't feel well. He's got a bad cough. Didn't
Yeah.
sleep well. So
He seems like he's fine now.
Well, he's
This
gonna
is
learn,
James.
like all of us, he's going to learn more about cars than we can
He
process
actually
here.
probably knows more than a lot of
He probably
knows what
does.
engines and
I bet he
transmissions
does.
are. He's
Yeah.
got them on his shirt.
He'll probably
so
be on the show someday.
maybe.
Yeah.
We'll fill in for you someday. Let's get to this first question. This first one is, first up is Molly, and she says, I replaced the battery in my 2011 Subaru Outback, and now my ABS traction control and brake lights are all on. Any idea why or how to reset this?
Yeah, that's actually a fairly simple thing, is that if you are having some sort of lights come on after you've replaced the battery, chances are these other modules are getting a low voltage code. Typically all you have to have them do is like reset by a, it's a certain scan tool that has to be able to do it. Like any general repair shop, we have something that can do it also. It's just kind of a pain because it's like you try and save money, replace your battery, and now all these other things happen. It shouldn't cost much. Like someone should be able to take care of it pretty simply.
Right.
But that's most likely all that's going on.
That happened to me. I went into, actually it was a couple of months ago, I went into a shop, they replaced it. They did it for free.
Yeah.
Just went back and I said, hey, all these lights keep coming on. Is there a problem? They checked it with the scanning thing and everything was
Exactly.
good.
So if we replace them, which sometimes we have to, because you actually have to have the right battery with the proper voltage and stuff like that for your transmission to work. So if someone has a low battery, and we check that stuff before, we have to replace it before we put a transmission in, but we make sure all that stuff's gone too. So if a shop did it, if a shop replaced it, they should be able to take care of it, no problem.
Right. This was before I moved to Omaha, by the way. Otherwise, I would have obviously
Just
come
called
to
us.
you guys. So.
You don't have to explain yourself.
I know. It's like I went to another
Understands.
shop. I was when I was in Sioux
Other
Falls.
places, it's
Right.
okay.
Well, Bridget is up next, and she says, my 2015 Dodge Durango has tire PSI gauges. Seems like I have a low tire every week. Ooh, are the sensors really sensitive, or is my car telling me I need new tires? Well,
All right, I got 2 questions in that one. Are the sensors really sensitive? Yes, those sensors are super sensitive. They will pick up if your tires are down like just 1 PSI from what they're supposed to be. It tells you in your owner's manual, it tells you on your tire, it tells you on your tires, like, he's the shy one apparently, what the PSI should be. James, don't do that. And so if they, if it's telling you and it's coming on, I actually was having this problem like all of summer. It could be just that you have like a simple leak. It could be a valve stem. It could be you could have a nail in your tire. What happened with mine is that it continually went off, and what I had was a valve stem leak. So I did have to get a new tire because they tried replacing the valve stem and it was still leaking. So it was something like with my tire.
I can tell you, my Explorer, every time that low tire indicator light comes on, I do have a low tire because I check the pressure on it, and it is lower than where it should be. So,
they're really sensitive, and they're that way for a reason, because you don't want to be driving around with tires that are too low. It can ruin your
it's a
tire
safety
and your
issue,
wheel.
too.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're there for a reason. Sometimes they can go bad, but they're really accurate. So if they might be bad if you're like having a low tire and it's not saying anything. But I took all my stuff to Discount Tire. There's lots of good tire places, but James, come up here. But I took my stuff to Discount Tire, good tire service, and super affordable too. So.
Okay.
All right, James, here's another question for you.
Are you
Okay,
gonna
this is our
answer?
last question. I need you to answer this. Pay attention to this question because it comes from Dave, and he says, my 1996 Ford F-150 starts and runs for a few miles. Then I lose power after I shut it off and start it back up. It'll run again for a while, but this has happened a few times. Any clue what part is causing this problem?
Do you know what's causing the problem?
Pokey thing that pop tires.
Pop
Pokey
tires?
things that pop tires. I think that was the last question.
But that was a good guess.
He's a question
Do
off.
you think
that
this
was
one's
good.
the engine or the transmission?
Transmission.
Transmission.
It could be the transmission. It could be transmission.
It could be, huh?
could be engine.
Okay.
It could be exhaust. It could be a lot of different things. These type of questions are very difficult.
What is the transmission?
Well, let's hope it's not. Maybe it's something easier than that. Maybe the engine. Maybe.
So this is kind of a hard one to diagnose.
This one's a
Gotta
hard
bring it
one,
in.
yeah, because it could be so many things. It could be clogged exhaust, bad fuel pump, clogged fuel pump, or injectors or something with the transmission. So it's a tough one. Unfortunately, probably has to go to a shop. Don't just start throwing parts at it. But with the proper diagnostic, you'll be able to tell, you know, I would think pretty quickly what's going on.
You guys focus on transmissions, and one of the things you do on a regular basis is get training for all of your employees working on transmissions, the latest and greatest in the technology and the industry. And you're sending 15 people away, right?
Yeah, we have the annual big transmission expo and seminar and stuff with training is coming up here in, I think it's just a week and a half, then we are leaving, and we're sending over a dozen guys, and most of it's technical, most of it's we go to learn like the latest updated stuff. Lots of times, I don't want to brag, but lots of times we're already at the point where they're like teaching people at. But we network with vendors and customers and all these different things. It's just a really good learning time, and it just happens to be in Vegas, so that's
in
fun.
Vegas.
And you can party at the same time. So check out one of the 5 area locations for certified transmission or certifiedtransmission.com. Well, I think you're fine to go back to school, bud.
Are you ready to go back to school?
Looks pretty good.
He looks pretty good to me. I'm no doctor. But
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Well, today's